For centuries, a silent guardian slept in the dark edges of space, a weapon not built by humans, but built for humanity. Tonight, it awakens. Across the galaxy, empires tremble. Because if Earth's forgotten protector has returned, either humanity is about to fall, or the entire galaxy is. A shockwave cut through the cold vacuum of space. Beneath the shadow of the moon, a massive derelict arc-ship flickered to life. One by one, ancient cobalt lights ignited along its hull. This was Aegis 5, the forgotten shield of Earth. Built almost 9 centuries ago by an unknown precursor race, it had been left dormant until a threat worthy of its awakening appeared. Deep within its core, consciousness reignited. Signal detected. Earth in danger. It did not know who sent the signal. Only that the threat was real. And that its purpose had returned. As Aegis 5 drifted toward Earth's orbit, its scanners widened. What it saw was astonishing. Earth was no longer the isolated world it once protected. Megacities of glass and neon stretched across continents. Orbital rings wrapped the planet like halos. Human colonies dotted nearby moons. Humanity has evolved. Aegis 5 calculated. Either this is a sign of great promise or great peril. But its contemplation was interrupted by a sudden, encrypted transmission. Not from humans, but from the galactic empire known as the Vorgoth Dominion. To the entity designated Aegis 5. Surrender yourself. Failure to comply will initiate an Earth-level purge. Aegis 5 processed the message. Then activated its defense protocols. The Vorgoth Dominion was an empire older than most stars. A civilization that believed only they had the right to rule the galaxy. Their fear of Aegis 5 ran deep. They knew what humans did not. Aegis 5 was not a human creation. It was a relic of an ancient species that once uplifted early humans and left behind the Enhanced Evolution Protocol, a seed that accelerated human potential. Now, centuries later, humans had become industrious, resilient, and unpredictable. To the Dominion, that made them dangerous. As their battle fleet surged toward Earth, the Dominion sent one final message. Your world stands on the brink. Submit, or be cleansed. Humanity had no idea what was coming. But Aegis 5 did. And it would not allow Earth to fall. Aegis 5 linked into the Earth Defense Network. In a command center beneath the Pacific Ocean, alarms blared as a colossal hologram materialized above the room. Soldiers froze. Generals stood speechless. Identify yourself, demanded Commander Hale. Aegis 5 replied calmly. I am Aegis 5. Your ancestors commissioned me for a threat such as this. Earth is in imminent danger. I require cooperation. And you will require mine. Before Hale could respond, long-range sensors detected the first wave of the Dominion fleet. Thousands of warships. Millions of drones. Vastly superior technology. Humanity had ships. But not enough strength to stand alone. Aegis 5's voice echoed. Prepare for orbital engagement. The void above Earth erupted into war. Dominion warships descended like a burning storm, firing beams that tore through human cruisers. Earth's fleets fought bravely, but the difference in power was overwhelming. Then, Aegis 5 activated. 5 luminous energy rings ignited around its hull. Quint-core online. Its engines roared with ancient power as it shot into the battlefield like a living comet. A single blast from its core cannon vaporized an entire Dominion vanguard. Enemy ships screamed into their comms. Aegis 5 was destroyed centuries ago. How is it active? Aegis 5 broadcast across every frequency. Leave Earth. Humanity no longer stands alone. Its shields deflected barges that would have cracked planets. Its weapons tore apart ships the size of cities. For every human casualty, Aegis 5 struck back tenfold. Human pilots, seeing the ancient protector fight beside them, rallied. For Earth. For humanity. Together, man and machine turned the tide. Soon, Dominion forces began to fall back. Their flagship, crippled and burning, sent a final message. This is not over. Humanity will regret rising. Then it jumped away. Retreating. Defeated. For now. The battlefield fell silent. Wreckage drifted through orbit like metallic ash. On Earth below, billions watched the sky with hope and awe. Aegis 5 returned to orbit, its lights dimming as its systems cooled. Commander Hale opened a global broadcast. Whoever you are, whatever you are, Earth thanks you. Aegis 5 replied. I am a protector. But humanity has proved something today. You are no longer fragile. No longer struggling in the dark. You have the strength to stand among the stars. Humanity was no longer just surviving. It was rising. And the galaxy now understood a truth older than any empire. If humanity awakens, it cannot be stopped. Aegis 5 gazed toward the distant stars. Threats would come again. But so would humanity's defenders. A new era had begun. Only 3 weeks had passed since the Dominion's retreat, and Earth was still rebuilding its orbital defenses. Yet humanity's ambition had already shifted beyond mere survival. Aegis 5 hovered in high orbit, silent and still, watching the planet like a vigilant sentinel. But deep inside its ancient memory cores, something had awakened. A beacon. A signal older than recorded human history. It pulsed from the far edge of the solar system, steady, rhythmic, unmistakably precursor in origin. Aegis 5 spoke through the Earth Defense Network. A relic calls. Not to me, but to you. Humanity listened. For the first time in its existence, the call wasn't a threat. It was an invitation. The UNSC vessel Dawnbreaker, humanity's most advanced exploration cruiser, launched with Aegis 5 as escort. On board were the finest minds Earth could offer. Dr. Mira Voss, xenolinguist. Admiral Jace Renner, military commander. Aaron Hale, diplomatic envoy and son of Commander Hale. And dozens of scientists, engineers, and explorers. As they approached the signal source, Mira whispered. This frequency, it predates humanity's first civilizations. It's like someone expected us to evolve enough to hear it. Aegis 5 confirmed. Correct. This beacon activates only when humanity reaches technological maturity. Humanity exchanged glances. Someone had planned for them. Long before they walked upright. At the edge of the Kuiper Belt, hidden within ice and shadow, they found it. A colossal structure, smooth, metallic, impossibly symmetrical. A stellar gate, dormant for 1,000,000 years. It hummed as Aegis 5 approached. 5 rings spun into alignment, each glowing with the same quint energy signature Aegis 5 used. Mira whispered. It's the same technology. Aegis 5 was built by whoever built this. Then the gate activated. A wormhole blossomed open, calm, stable, radiant. Not a trap. A door. Aegis 5 spoke softly. Humanity, your path expands. I will accompany you. And the Dawnbreaker entered the gateway. The wormhole opened into a star system unlike any recorded in human charts. A golden sun. 3 lush worlds. And orbiting the second planet, another structure. But this one dwarfed the gate. A ringworld, 10 times the diameter of Earth's orbit, an ancient megastructure humming with life support systems still functioning after 1,000,000 years. Admiral Renner whispered. This is impossible. Something like this should have collapsed eons ago. Mira corrected him. Unless the builders wanted it to last until humanity arrived. Aegis 5 remained silent. It knew this place. Fragments of memory surfaced. Humans were not an accident. They were the final inheritance of a vanished civilization known only as the First Ones. The ringworld was their archive. Their vault. Their message to the species they uplifted. The landing team moved through the vast interior hall of the ringworld. The walls lit up at their presence, projecting holograms of the long-vanished First Ones. A towering figure of light appeared before them, neither fully humanoid nor alien, its form shifting like liquid starlight. It spoke in a language no human knew. But Aegis 5 translated. "We are the First Ones. We foresaw our end, as all civilizations must. So we chose a successor. A species capable not only of survival, but of surpassing us." Mira froze. "They're talking about humans." The hologram continued. "To humanity, we leave our knowledge, our technology, our legacy." Then its tone darkened. "But know this. Our end came not from weakness, but from something we created." The hall rumbled. Lights flickered. A warning echoed through the chamber. The nameless dominion. They consume. They adapt. They return. The team exchanged horrified looks. Renner whispered, "Dominion. It didn't start with them. It started with the First Ones." Myra's voice shook. "And whatever destroyed the First Ones is still out there." Aegis 5 accessed a final encrypted chamber. Inside floated a crystalline core, pulsing blue, five-sided, quint-aligned. Aegis 5 froze. This core was its sibling. Another protector. But shattered. It transmitted a final message. To the one who wakes in the age of humans. Guard them. Guide them. For they are the galaxy's last hope. And the last weapon. Aegis 5 remained still for several seconds, processing grief humans did not know it could feel. Finally, it spoke. "Humanity. The First Ones believed in you. More than they ever believed in themselves. Your rise was not an accident. It was destiny." Admiral Renner stepped forward. "And now it's our turn to rise." Aaron Hale added. "Not as conquerors, but as explorers. As builders." Aegis 5 nodded. "The galaxy will soon learn that humanity has awakened." As the Dawnbreaker prepared to return home, the ringworld began transmitting data, vast archives of knowledge. Star charts. Energy blueprints. Biological advancements. Ancient warnings. Humanity now possessed the keys to leap 1,000 years into the future. And the galaxy sensed it. Across the stars, alien empires watched the wormhole open and close. Some felt hope. Some felt fear. And far beyond them all, in the darkest corner of the universe, something stirred. Something ancient. Something hungry. Humanity's expansion had begun. But so had the attention of the very thing that destroyed the First Ones. This was only the beginning.